So for some background, I'm taking a dual credit college class for high school. Also, this was about 2 weeks ago, so it's not very fresh in my memory. Anyways, one of the classes, our assignments for the weekend was to take some notes for a descriptive essay. My professor wanted us to go out and record notes on a place in our town, which held sentimental significance. I chose a hiking trail I'd hike on a lot when I was younger. I also forgot until the last minute to do it and drove out to the trail during dusk. I pulled into the small parking lot and head out on the trail. I got about 20 minutes in the hike, and it was pretty dark to the point where I was using the flashlight on my phone. I had a weird feeling I was being watched as well, and I kept turning my head around. I finally go to the little opening and sat down on a stump and started recording all the sensory stuff. I also took a few video recordings and audio recording. Before I left, I watched the video to make sure I got everything I needed. I noticed a white face standing behind a tree, and my heart absolutely sank. I looked where the face was recorded, and there wasn't anything there. I closed my notebook and started off toward my car through the forest. I live on the northern west coast, so the forests are super thick. I was so unbelievably scared, and it was extremely dark by now. I walked for about 10 minutes until I heard a really big snap, and I stopped dead in my tracks and turned around. From afar, I saw the same white face, and I broke out in a sprint. And mind, I'm a big person, and I was running unbelievably fast. After sprinting for about 10 minutes, I got to my car and opened it. I got inside, and like the cliché horror movie, my car wouldn't not start. I started freaking out, and I called my boyfriend. My mom was away in Chicago for a business meeting, and my dad's phone was being fixed because he dropped it. My boyfriend, let's call him Mike, said he would be there in just a few minutes because he lived close. I waited in my car in absolute silence, and every noise made me jump. There was a scratching on the window of my car, and I turned around expecting a pine branch, but I saw the white-clothed face of the man. I started screaming at the top of my lungs and trying to start my car frantically. Mike pulled into the parking lot, and I looked back, and the white man wasn't there. I jumped out of my car and ran as fast as I could to Mike's truck and jumped in fast, yelling at him to drive. He pulled out of the driveway, and before he drove away, I saw the white man standing in the tree line. We flew down the road to the police station and filed a report. The next day, they went out there and found the battery to my car, a knife, and a note on the stump I was sitting on. They still don't know who it was who was in the woods with me, but the note was absolutely terrifying. The note had a smeared lipstick of my favorite brand and said above it, "Je veux que tu sois le noir de mon blanc." The note was written in my first language, and I began to realize that I was being stalked. They never found the man, and I haven't encountered the man since. I'm still recovering from the encounter,